Hello Gemini, and welcome to your reading for January 2022. Well, you have been probably the most abundant star sign for several months now, and I've been so happy for you. A couple of little things popping into January. You're starting out January with the Death card. So there's lots of endings and new beginnings coming with the start of the new year. So I guess it's going to be interesting to see how you manage these changes, because you've been on such a high, you've been doing so well. I do have some interesting cards around long-term relationships. I feel like there's going to be some arguing going on around long-term relationships. And the funny thing is, I don't even really know what it's about. So I wonder if this aggressive energy is just a build-up for whatever reason, and it's just going to be a blowout around people that are close to you. So that's an interesting one, because when it's a build up with people close to you, we can kind of diffuse that, can't we, by tackling it sooner before it builds up into this big mountainous problem when it wasn't really that in the first place. We're all guilty of doing that, yes, I know, because we try to avoid confrontation at all costs. But I probably would like for you to tackle this before it turns into that. That's probably in the first week of Jan. So you got some serious stuff to sort out in the first week of January. Still, I have abundance for you, Gemini. If there's any Geminis out there who are wanting to have a baby or get pregnant, or who are pregnant, there's a beautiful baby coming into the family about mid-January. So that is an optimum time to get pregnant, or there may be a child coming into the family. I really like that for you. In fact, January looks a little bit more laid back for you, Gemini. Apart from that, it looks a bit more laid back than all the other months. So you've always been on the go and doing something, and abundance and this house and investment and all that jazz. Like, all this stuff is still here, but it's all sort of watered down. It's much calmer. It's a bit more peaceful. It's almost like you're now reaping the rewards of what you've done over those last few months, where you've been really working hard. And I've been loving your spreads for so many months now. I'm still going to talk to you about the stress manifesting in your body, in your back, or something like that. It is still coming through. Because I see a little bit more of a laid back, relaxed atmosphere coming through in January, how about tackling that in January then, rather than putting it off anymore, because you have been putting it off. I also see some trips, but I have frustration around these trips. So have you organised some sort of holiday or trip or vacation, whatever, and there's all this frustration around it? I wonder if that's got something to do with, you know, what's going on in the world with the virus and everything else, that you get frustrated around that. Because you are going to go, but there's frustrations around it. So maybe there needs to be some alterations or some changes of destination or timing or something like that. But that's coming in at the end of January. So just, if those frustrations do come up, they will get resolved and you will get to go where you want to go. It's just a little bit challenging at that time. Now, the other thing here too, Gemini, is, are you thinking about, for those Geminis that are thinking about learning or studying or doing something new, the middle of January is a really good time to start this. And I guess that makes sense, because courses and things do start sort of at the start of the year. But have you been putting off learning something, or you've always wanted to learn something or do something different with yourself, and you've never sort of got around to it, you never had the time, you didn't have the confidence, anything like that? January, mid-January is the time that I want you to stop putting it off and just go for it. I really like it. It's a bit stressful. It is stressful, because you've got to get your head around doing it. But I really like the cards around it for you. So I think that it's time, if you want to make changes around work and career and learning something different, then I think the middle of January will be your optimum time. I mean, this could be what you're fighting about with the people around you, that you're going to make these big changes. I don't know. But that is something that's very important for you to look at for the start of January. No, new year, new you, new goals. somewhat, January just brings this out in people. We've got to start the new year and chase our dreams and everything else, and it's a big focus with a lot of star signs this month that we're making changes, bringing in the new year, and you are no exception. So Gemini, for you, January is like a rebirth, like a new you coming to the front. So again, nothing really bad. There is that aggressive energy at the start of January that I would like you to avoid if at all possible. So that's all about communication with the people around us. Again, that sounds easy when I say it, but sometimes it's not, because it could end up in a full-on argument. But anywho, you're just going to have to go there and brace yourself for that. Then I just want you to look after your body. Any new things you want to start them in the middle of January. That is the optimum time for you. And then the trip towards the end of the month will go off. It's just a bit frustrating around that too, so don't spend too much time stressing around that. Okay, so enjoy your January, Gemini, and I'll look forward to seeing you next month. Bye-bye.